Just wait a minute.
Why don't you just show people around the garden first? Probably do a welcome. Probably just do a bit of a welcome speech while we're waiting for people to come on.
Hey everyone, we are Aussie Backyard Harvest, and we're just going to do a live. We thought we would just wait until we get a few people online. So I thought I'd show you my garden while we wait for a few people to join us. Ooh, got it first. Yeah, first flower here is really exciting. We've got our lemongrass here. This is doing really well. And we've got some sweet potato growing. That's our garden from the side. We've got a beautiful sunset happening at the moment, so hopefully we can get some planting done before that sun goes down.
Hey guys, I'm going to take over the live for a little bit while we're getting ready to plant some stuff now. I'm Jay from Aussie Backyard Harvest. We're a small family in southeast Queensland, taking you guys along for the journey from our garden being completely empty through to harvesting all year round. And walk you guys down now and show you through the garden a little bit. Turn the camera around. Pumpkin plants, everything's really taken off over the last week. We've got pumpkin plants and corn over doubled in size in the last week. We're going to be planting some cauliflower out into the garden, into some little greenhouses directly in the garden. That's at the other end of the garden, so we'll work our way down there. We have oranges and mandarin tree. This is the first year fruiting for both of those. Our lemon tree over here is second year. Got a nice little flower starting to come up now. Lots of our food plants are starting to flower all over the place. I actually have a bee flying around my head. I'll show you guys our beehive a bit later as we go. Flowers on the tomato plant. These are going to be on a lean and lower trellis. It's really exciting. I haven't tried to run one of those yet, but we are now working across herbs, cucumbers, leafy greens. We've got baby spinach, mixed lettuce, cucumber, capsicum, rocket, which is the only one of these plants that are going to last all the way through summer, probably with the cucumber and capsicum as well. Some tomatoes, mint. Make sure if you're going to plant mint, you do it in a pot, otherwise it'll take over the entire garden. Another tomato, coriander, lavender, not actually food, but it's just here to get watered at the moment. Purple climbing beans, they're looking really nice. Heaps of new shoots, no flowers yet. And then this end of the garden is completely empty. This is where we're going to start planting today, just reusing the tomato pots. They actually have cauliflower in them. And we've just done a couple of little greenhouses with broccolini as well, just using soft drink bottles. I've planted the rest of the ones. I've picked the 2 strongest or 3 strongest to put in there. And the ones that were left over, I've planted just throughout the garden. They might survive, they might not. Not overly worried about that. If you have any questions, there's Danny in the background.
Hello.
If you guys have any questions, pop them in the comments while we're working, and we will do our best to answer them.
Let's see this.
If you could hit the subscribe button, that would be fantastic as well. So southeast Queensland in Australia, we've had a really hot day. It's only the first month of spring, but today was 35 degrees Celsius. That was the forecast. I think it was actually a little bit hotter than that, but I'm going to turn you guys around and we will put some of these into the garden. Try and get you guys level. All right. So we have the cauliflower seedlings here. They're starting to get a little bit leggy. Where we germinated them, there wasn't enough sun. So moving them out into the garden a little bit earlier than we'd planned, just so we have some more room for seeds. All we're going to be using is a soft drink bottle. We're going to cut it in half, put some holes in the base, take the lid off so there's some air movement through them. Hopefully the secateurs are going to cut through this no problem. They seem to be fine. Have you done any gardening though? Well, both of those sound pretty fun, I guess, if that's what you're into.
You're welcome to ask us anything about gardening or our garden. We're happy to answer any questions while we show you some little tips and hacks for your garden.
We're just making some mini greenhouses out of soft drink bottles directly in the garden today. We have cauliflower here, which is starting to go a little bit leggy because where we planted it, where we germinated it, there wasn't enough sun. So just getting it ready to go in the garden tonight, this afternoon. Adding some water so the humidity can get nice and high in the greenhouse. We'll take the two strongest ones out of this pot and pop them in this area, and then we will plant the other one somewhere else in the garden, somewhere where there's a bit of room. It might grow, it might not. I'm not too worried about the one that's not in the greenhouse. It's illegal to grow that here, but I think you getting Centrelink means you're Australian, so you probably know that. Unless you're an ACT, I think you can grow a couple of plants. Just removing some of the larger things that are going to stop the roots from growing straight down and go well. Once I take the little greenhouse off the top, I will pick which one of these is the strongest at that point, and I'll cull the other one. Make sure what we're using is rinsed out. Putting it on top. With a nice bit of water around there, and close the emulsion so the water can stay in there. After the really hot day that we've had, we definitely benefit from a really thick mulch. Water, sunlight, photosynthesis. That's right, that'll get all the plants growing. Gonna move you guys a little bit further forward so I can plant the next lot. Removing anything that's a bit big to stop the roots from growing properly. Could be sticks or seed pods.
If you want to see more of these videos, please hit that subscribe button. It would mean a lot to us. We want to try and be a bit more self-sufficient here. And also, once our plants are ready to be harvested, we are looking at making some healthy meals as well on this channel, using everything from our garden.
Oh, I think you got the wrong channel for song requests. What type of songs would you be singing if I could request something? Daryl Braithwaite, perfect. Horses. I'll have to pop onto your channel a little bit later and see if we got a nice video up there of you singing. Whereabouts in Australia you're from? I don't think anyone knows if he even sings another song, does he? I'm sure he does. If you're not from Australia, Kia's having a bit of a joke about a really popular song we have here called Horses. Nothing to do with gardening, but we'll continue on. So I've planted these in here. Shannon Knoll. At least you got the Australian singers now. I'll show you guys down the rest of the garden. Got King. He thinks that Shannon Knoll biggest robbery of all time.
Oh, okay.
Guy Sebastian, you reckon? You reckon Shannon Knoll should have got it over Guy, do you? Geez, I'm not up with...
That's the 2005 contest.
Wow, I think you're about 20 years. 22 years too late for this, but didn't think I'd be talking about those guys today. All right, back to the garden. We've got some capsicum, some tomato growing over here. See a big one in the back there? That's a bushing tomato, 17 years. I can't remember. Something like that. Some leafy greens.
They're getting very close to being able to harvest and using our salads. Oh, look what we found right here.
A little caterpillar in there. We'll get rid of that. We don't need the bugs to be eating our food. I think it's a long grub. I guess they also like the garden. All right, we have cucumbers, capsicums as well. There's one growing in under there. The Chinese giant. Cucumbers are at the back. They've taken a little while to take off, but they're actually looking quite good at the moment. Onion. We're a little bit late in the growing season for onion, but we'll take some little ones. They still taste really nice if you grow them yourself. Parsley, a few herbs, some chives. We do have just some sprouts going up. If you guys are interested in sprouts or how this container works, hit the subscribe button.
We've got some videos up on how to put it together, where we got it from, and how to use it.
All right, Gail, thanks for the messages. It was nice chatting to you today. Have a good day. I hope you've subscribed so I can see you again in another video. Tomato plant on a lean-to trellis. Some flowers. Hopefully it reaches all the way to the top and then we can keep it going. Lots of the food in the garden is starting to flower, which is really nice. Mandarin and orange tree are covered in flowers. Beetroot down here. The corn's loving the heat. We've had a 35+ degree day today. Lemon tree, it's a second year for it and it's got heaps of fruit. Pumpkins for the first time. We do a whole lot of composting ourselves. This one here is going to be a bit of an experiment. Completely free. The bin, the food, everything. Jump on, hit the subscribe button, watch the video for that one. Sweet potato. It started out as a tiny little plant. It's only been in the ground for 3 weeks, but it's looking great. Some lemongrass. That was 1 week today. Lemongrass is a really hardy plant. If we look down this way, the garden's actually starting to look quite nice. If you've seen any of our earlier videos, you will have seen this completely empty. We've now got some green the whole way along. Danny's just turned sprinkler system on. Where is everybody from that's watching? All right, I'll turn you guys around and then we're going to go for a walk up to the bees. The sun's just set over the back of the houses. So we'll see if all the bees have gone home to bed. We're feeding them sugar water. at the moment. They're a really small swarm. Oh, there's heaps of bees on the sugar at the moment. You can come in here. People are scared of bees, but bees are very friendly. As long as you don't annoy them. Here's the sugar water, so they can fill up the hives. They use it to make the honey. Well, it's not real honey with sugar water, but it's good enough for them. It also helps with the wax production, which they really need to do in this one. Little swarm in here. We've picked them up. There was no queen. We've had to add a queen. We're supplementary feeding them sugar water and pollen patties. Hopefully we can get them to survive. We're 2 weeks in now. The queen's been out of her cage for a little over a week. We opened the hive up and had a look for her today. We didn't see her, but we did see some eggs. So we know she's in there. We know she's laying. The bees are going crazy over this sugar water at the moment, which is really nice to see. Welcome everybody. Where are we all from? Turn you back around, walk you back down to the garden. Danny's over here watering the plants that the sprinkler can't get to. I think her microphone's still on as well. Lemongrass, sweet potato, lemons, pumpkins, corn. Everything's growing really well. We've had a super hot day here. Been over 35 degrees Celsius. So we have turned the sprinklers on. The plants have held up to the heat really well. We have a really thick layer of mulch as well. So
Okay. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of our gardening and healthy eating after we start harvesting our garden. We would love for you guys to tune into our channel.
if there's anything that you want to see gardening related, anything you want us to try, if you have any tips or tricks for us, this is a work in progress. So as you can see, this end has basically nothing in it, just a few little greenhouses that I've done today to plant the cauliflower and broccolini in.
We'll be adding some videos of this onto our channel tonight if you missed the start of our live. Don't forget to check with your local council too if you're going to start composting. Some councils are doing rebates at the moment, so you can get a $50 rebate, which is another good thing to get into gardening as well. Thank you for the likes. We appreciate it.
We've turned the sprinklers on so we're just going to have a bit of a chat. If anyone's got anything to talk about, let us know. Not sure if you can hear the cars in the background, but I think someone down the road's having a bit of a party. The kids enjoy drawing. We've got some little strawberries. I think my daughter tried to trick me with the strawberry in the strawberry plants. There's plenty of little flowers in there though. They should be coming up as real strawberries soon. Try to bring the compost down and pop that in, show you guys the compost bin that we've got. Our council had a $50 rebate. The compost bin was $50, so we're filling up with boxes, cardboard, garden waste. We're going to try and do a completely free compost bin.
Hello,
Hi.
how are you?
We have some black soldier flies around the compost bin, which is nice. I don't know if you guys have black soldier flies where you're from. They look like wasps, but they're well, I guess maggots. Amazing composters. They'll chew through everything we could possibly put in there. So this is just kitchen waste, and we always put in at the bottom some cardboard, just so we can keep it at sort of 60% browns, cardboard, dead garden waste, stuff like that, to 40% kitchen scraps or green leaves, grass, We're not putting any grass in this one. We're trying to get it to compost nice and quickly so we can do completely free compost, including the container from our local government, local council. And then we'll continue on updating videos of that as well. We have a bigger compost bin, which does have some grass, some of the more woody type plants in it. Compost is by far the best fertilizer all around garden stuff that we have here. Don't have to pay for it. Gardening doesn't have to be expensive. So have another bit of a look around the garden. If you have any questions or anything to talk about, please give us a comment. Please hit the subscribe button, or at least hit the like button if you're enjoying watching us.
We appreciate the likes, so thank you for liking our video. If you've just jumped on, we are Aussie Backyard Harvest. We've just started our garden roughly 5 weeks ago. We are trying to become a bit more self-sufficient with cooking and harvesting straight from our garden. We've got a video on these little greenhouses that we put together, so that will be added tonight. So please hit that subscribe button if you want to see those videos. We're just giving the garden a very good water this afternoon, as it was 35 degrees here today, so very hot for spring in southeast Queensland. Probably one of the hottest days that we've had so far. If you've got any questions, you are more than welcome to comment on any of our videos. We're more than happy to have a chat. We're happy to learn from you guys as well. If you've got any tips and tricks for us, yeah, please send it to us. We would love to hear from you. Thank you for everyone who has jumped on. We really appreciate it. Thank you everyone who has liked our video and subscribed to our channel. We appreciate it. We'll be on tonight adding some videos as well. Have a great afternoon.